sort of have to chuckle when they describe you and me as being dangerous. That's one thing, they are telling the truth, because we are dangerous to the status quo of this country.
Maybe Ron Paul is right. Maybe he and his supporters are dangerous to the status quo. If by status quo he means the establishment candidate Mitt Romney, and if by dangerous he means he's here to stay. Political analysts, pundits, even some media have repeatedly dismissed Paul as a fringe candidate, calling him unelectable, a joke even. But with strong back-to-back showings in Iowa and New Hampshire, perhaps it's time all those pundits, analysts, and yes, even the media stop asking which anti-Romney candidate will emerge. Maybe Ron Paul is that candidate. So today we want to go straight to the ground, specifically to a Ron Paul supporter who is on the ground. Evan Mulch is the organizer of College Call for Ron Paul, a grassroots group spreading Paul's message in South Carolina. Evan, nice to have you on the show. First, tell me about your group. What specifically are you guys doing there in the coming days?
Well, I'm actually based in Spartanburg, which is in the upstate of South Carolina. And what we're doing is we have a college call for Ron Paul tomorrow. We're going to various colleges. We're talking about Ron Paul, trying to get as many volunteers as possible. We also organize a sign wave for Saturday, where we plan to have close to 100 people doing a sign wave in Spartanburg at one of the most busy intersections in the area. So we're doing a lot of grassroots, organizing, and it seems to be working. I mean, Ron Paul's campaign has taken off. A few months ago, those of us that were doing this, we were not, we were laughed at times, and Ron Paul is on his way to probably, being the next president of the United States from the way I can see it. So.
Well, you're young, you're passionate, you're clearly a supporter of Ron Paul. You're very typical of the supporters of Ron Paul. I want to share with you some of the numbers of the youth vote in New Hampshire last night, just to give everybody an idea of the support. There you see it. Ron Paul with 47% of the youth vote. So, Evan, to those who may not get it, I mean, why are you so passionate and why are you part of this revolution?
We understand the message of liberty. We're the ones that are going on the internet. We're finding out everything we can about Ron Paul. And those of us that do the research, we understand that this message of liberty is for all of us. It doesn't matter if you're Republican, you're Democrat, or Independent. It's for everybody, and we're glad to be part of it.
I want to read you something related to the issue of electability, something that Ron Paul told CBS News. He said, I've won 12 elections already, and we're doing quite well now. It's amazing that I do so much better than those other candidates that are all electable. They're all in 4th, 5th, and 6th, but they're all electable. But I come in 2nd or 3rd, and all of a sudden people say, oh, he's not electable. I don't know how that adds up. So he does have a point there, but why do you think he's seen by the mainstream at times, by some, as unelectable?
Well, we're up against a lot. I mean, a lot of people out there just don't understand the message, and it's all about going on the internet, Googling Ron Paul, and taking the time to read his brochures that come out in the mail, and that's just really all there is to it. People who don't understand that he's that he has an opportunity to be president just aren't doing the research. And that's why those of us that are part of the Ron Paul grassroots movement, we're so passionate about it. Those of us that are part of it, this is our full-time, we're not getting paid to do this, but this is what we do full-time in order to support Ron Paul and the liberty movement.
Nice photo with him there, by the way, that we just showed. But young voters certainly tend to be more liberal when it comes to social issues. So how do you feel about his stance on gay marriage and also his stance on abortion, which are both conservative?
Well, the liberty movement, I mean, those are particular issues that all of us have various we come up to our own decision on what we think about those. But the liberty movement is really for everybody. It's not for somebody who's pro-abortion, anti-abortion. It's for anybody who wants to get the rights taken back to the states, just like our Constitution says. The federal government has way too much power. They're taking our money, and we're ready for the economy to get better. And we're not going to have that happen if the status quo president keeps doing everything that he's doing. We need to come back, and we need to take our country back, and that's through the Constitution, and that's through Ron Paul.
And you think that this is the guy? I mean, he yes?
Absolutely. He's the guy for everybody. Everybody who supports what our country is founded on, he is our guy.
All right, Evan Mulch, thank you very much. And moving on now, 4 convicted killers are